October is Owl Month. This is the time of year when owls are noticeably active. They're establishing their winter territories, and that involves some interesting vocalizations. Most owls are active at night. And if you are an unsuspecting person, the sound of an owl cry in the night might be a little scary. The call of the great horned owl is the sound that we most associate with owls. Their cheery whoo 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 rings out through the night. The great horned owl is the most widespread owl over all of North America. It's almost 2 feet tall. It's got a big broad body and a large head and those stout ear tufts. And it is the only animal that regularly eats skunks. The female is larger than the male, but the male has a deeper voice. The eastern screech owl is one of the smaller owls that lives in central Texas. It's very small. It's only about 8.5 inches tall. Its underparts are strongly barred, which means it's got striping. And you're more likely to hear this owl than you are to see it. Here is its call. The barred owl is just slightly smaller than the great horned owl. It is really easily identified by its round head with no ear tufts and the striping on its breast. The call is also very distinctive, and when you hear it in the forest, it rings out very loudly. Here is my rendition of it, and then I'm going to play the real owl call, and you can tell me later if you think I sound like one. Who cooks? Who cooks? Who cooks for you? Who cooks? Who cooks? Who cooks for you? The barn owl is smaller than the great horned owl and the barred owl, but its cry is really, really spooky. I suspect that the barn owl is part of the reason why owls are associated with Halloween. Barn owls like to make their home in abandoned buildings or old barns. And when they are startled, when they fly out, they are totally white underneath. And when you hear this call, it almost sounds like someone screaming. Let's hear the barn owl. Even though the barn owl has a very scary call, the barn owl is actually harmless for humans because its primary diet is the mice and rats in the fields. Some burrowing owls spend the winter here in central Texas. You can find them out near Lake Granger, in the pastures and the fields, and one burrowing owl has chosen a culvert near someone's home for his winter home. During the summer months, burrowing owls live near prairie dog towns. They use some of the unused prairie dog burrows for their home. Burrowing owls are active during the day rather than the evening. Listen carefully to hear the burrowing owl's little barks. The tiny elf owl lives in the Rio Grande Valley part of Texas all the way up into the Big Bend area. It is the smallest owl. It's only 5 3/4 inches tall. It's about the size of a sparrow. It's got a brown face and it likes to live in tree cavities. I really like its call because it really sounds like it's laughing at us. Hear the elf owl.